Over 100 Hoboken residents gathered together, standing in unity for the victims of Orlando on Washington Street.
We are here to stand together as a community, both to heal and to show our support for our LGBT community. This was an attack on the LGBT community, and it was an attack on our core values of inclusiveness and equality. This is a demonstration of how we care about each other and accept each other with all of our differences. So I'm thankful for everyone who is here to stand in solidarity, to celebrate our differences, and to support one another and our community in Orlando. And I hope that going forward, there will be more action to make sure that our communities are safe in the future.
Reverend Gregory Morgan of All Saints Episcopal Parish, Rabbi Robert Scheinberg of United Synagogue of Hoboken, and Cheyenne Faruqi of the Jersey City Islamic Learning Center all prayed for unity, strength, and peace.
Over the last 1,400 years, Islam has a long history of protecting the vulnerable and voiceless. We are here to turn this stone into a mountain of love, to turn this ripple into a flood of understanding, and to turn this candle into the brightest moonlight under which we can all walk together.
Hoboken Councilman at Large Ravi Bala, who was recently called a terrorist for being a Sikh, shared a phrase from his daily prayer about oneness.
Thought this morning of what I would say, and I was reminded of the daily prayer that Sikh Americans say and Sikhs worldwide say every morning. And that prayer ends with a phrase, and that phrase is in Punjabi, it's Nanak Naam Chardi Kala Tere Bane Sarvata Pala. And what that means is we are praying for the benefit and prosperity of not just our community, but of all humanity. And every day when Sikhs pray, we pray for all of humankind and for the benefit of all of humankind and for peace for everyone. And that really, I think, is very symbolic of why we're here today, to say that, you know, in the Sikh tradition, there is no other. There's no distinction between race, religion, gender, caste, sexual orientation, skin color. We're all one. There is no other. There's only oneness.
The first LGBT councilman of Hoboken, First Ward Councilman Mike DeFusco, referred to Orlando's tragedy as today's Stonewall.
Standing next to the first female mayor ever elected in Hudson County and serving with Councilman Bala, the first Sikh elected in the county, I'm proudly reminded of how diverse our Mile Square truly is. I'm also heartened to see this entire community come out tonight, a couple days after the worst tragedy in this country since 9/11. These young people, lives ripe with possibility and hope, were purposefully murdered in an attack on the gay community stemming from bigotry and intolerance. This is sadly nothing new. 47 years ago, not content with hiding in the shadows, brave men and women rose up this month. They stood for love, they stood for justice. The Stonewall riots laid the groundwork for a proud future for the gay community. That despite the tremendous strides we've made, we're still potential targets for living our lives freely. Though our laws have moved to meet the times, the social fight is not over. Social acceptance is far from universal. The murderer does not represent the views of the Muslim community, rather the unsettling perspective of a radical. I pray for religious and social tolerance, and that one day, regardless of religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or gender, we can love one another as equals. To those young lives lost on Saturday night, dancing, laughing, and discovering themselves, you are not forgotten. Your lives ended suddenly and tragically, but we will continue moving the dial forward, using your memory as our generation's Stonewall. Being gay does not define somebody, but I am so proud of who I am in this day and age as we embark on the new fight, not just for the gay community, but for all communities targeted by bias and hate.
An LGBT community activist from Hoboken also challenged the right to bear arms.
I cannot walk away, and I ask you now to take action, to speak up, to engage, to learn, to grow, to decide, to ask your leaders, have new laws be written, write new books on how, look to each other for honorable, timely reasons when it comes to the right to bear arms.
The vigil concluded with America the Beautiful.
And crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Hudson County View, the eye of the community.